Today I'm going to show you how to play the 3 basic building chords on guitar in a major key, and this is an acoustic guitar, not an electric guitar. So I'm going to show you how to play the G chord, the C chord, and the D chord. We'll start off with the G chord. This is the chord chart. The O's above the strings mean that they're open, so you're not going to put anything on them. So you're going to leave the 3rd and the 4th string open. Your finger numbers, your pointer finger is finger number 1, your middle finger is finger number 2, your ring finger is number 3, your thumb is your pinky is number 4, and then your thumb is number 5 if you need it. You normally don't. So you're going to put your first finger on the 5th string in the 2nd fret, your second finger on the 6th string in the 3rd fret, and your bottom 2 fingers on the bottom 2 strings in the 3rd fret, and you're just going to play it like that. G is used a lot as a bass chord in songs because it's got the lower tones with the top 2. It's got the bass, and then it's also got the higher, so it harmonizes with itself almost. There's variations of G that you can use. So this is the regular G, and then the G sustained chord, which is the first one, is you just take off your first finger and you play all of them except for now the 5th string is open with the 3rd and the 4th. So that's G sustained, and then G7 is you're going to put your first finger on the 2nd string and move all of these ones up like that, and that's used a lot with the chord progression C, A minor, and F sustained too. So that's G7. Normally you'll just play a regular G, and sometimes G can be played without the 2nd string. You're just going to play it with the bottom string like that so that you have 3 that are open. So that is the G chord, and like I said, that's used a lot for bass chords and at the beginning of songs and at the end of songs. The next chord that I'm going to show you is the D chord. The X's above these strings mean that they're muted. You're not going to play them. They're just going to be silent. So you're going to leave the top 2 strings silent. You're going to leave the 4th string open. Your first finger is going to go on the 3rd string in the 2nd fret. Your second finger is going to go on the bottom string in the 2nd fret, and then your ring finger is going to go on the 2nd string in the 3rd fret, and you're going to play it with the 4th string but without the 5th and the 6th. So it's just that. It's a nice higher chord. D is sometimes used like as an in-between chord, so they'll just use it for a quick transition. So like, see, it just had like the one little strum in there because it just kind of transitions things nicely. And it's also used as like a building part in songs, so if you're building up to like a certain part in a song, they'll use D and you'll just kind of build on that one because it's nice and high and it just kind of builds the song really well. There's a lot of variations for D. The first one, D sustained, is you're just going to take off your middle finger and play all the same strings. The D sustained 2 chord is you're going to play with your middle finger off again, but you're going to put the 6th string on open. The 6th string will still be mute, but the 5th string will be open. D sustained 4 is where you're going to put your pinky finger on the bottom string in the 3rd fret and play with the first 4. So that's D sustained 4. You just kind of take your middle finger off and put your pinky finger on. And then the D F sharp, it's the same as the regular D, that D, except for you're going to bring your thumb over the top of the guitar and put it on the top. So you kind of get the bass with the D in that one, so it's higher and it's lower at the same time. When you transition from the G chord to the D chord, they have what's called a glued finger, so you don't have to pick up your ring finger at all. It just stays on the 2nd string and the 3rd fret, and it's just easier to transition between those chords rather than picking all of your fingers up and then bringing them back down. The 3rd chord that I'm going to show you is the C chord. You're going to keep the 6th string muted. You're not going to play this top low chord, the low string. You're going to put your 3rd finger, your ring finger, on the 5th string in the 3rd fret, your middle finger on the 4th string in the 2nd fret, and your pointer finger on the 2nd string in the 1st fret, and you're going to play the first 5 strings like that. It's just a really nice sounding chord. There's variations for C too, but I just chose a few of them. C sustained, we had G sustained earlier, and it's the same except for you're going to move your middle finger down 1 string, and you're just going to play it like that. And then C additional 9, it's the same as C sustained, but you're going to bring your pointer finger down to the 4th string in the 2nd fret. It's like a G, but you move your top 2 fingers down 1 string each, and that's the C sustained. And then there's C sharp 7, which is a minor chord, but it's one of the most popular bar chords that you use. A bar chord is when your pointer finger is holding down all of the strings at once, so it kind of mutes some of them, but it mutes them, but it gives them the nice different sounding, so it sounds like that. It's a minor chord, and it's one of the most popular bar chords, or you can play it without the mute like that. And it's used in a lot of power chord songs and bar chord songs in minor key. When you transition from all of them, from G to C or from D to C, there's no glued fingers. You have to pick up all of your fingers and move them, so it can take a longer time to transition from those ones. When I mentioned earlier the G7 chord, that is when it's used with the C and the A minor and the F sustained 2. It's just all right there, so that's a really commonly used chord progression. So today we learned how to play the G, the D, and the C chords in major keys on an acoustic guitar. I hope that if some of you try to learn to play the guitar, these building chords will help you build on to other chords.
That was wonderful.